Hello and welcome. Today's video is going to be about adding GPS to a dash cam mirror. So if you have a model like this, basically with the layout like this for the touch screen, it doesn't really matter about the price. They all use the same firmware. This company here just rebranded it, and in fact, in the description it says the GPS is null. I ordered this for a buddy, and when I got it, the adapter was actually on, but I didn't want to mess up his, so I ordered another one and added a GPS to it just to see if it would work or not, and sure enough it did. So if you're interested in something like that, just continue watching. What you'll need to get is a GPS module. Here's from Banggood. That's for 3 of them. eBay, they're about $4 or $5 US. This is in Canadian price, so they're almost comparable, but it's up to you where you get it from. This is the one I'm actually using in the video. I'm not sure if I have it. Yeah, this guy here is the one I show in the video. Just a quick soldering it on or whatever. So the way it looks like after you're done with the mod, this is the end goal, is just to have the watermark here. So even if you open up your files in VLC, it'll still have the watermark right on it. And you'll get your maps on the side here, so where you're driving and your speed and stuff like this. But nothing will show up on the actual dash cam about the GPS. It's only until you're home and you're watching the files. This software doesn't come with it either. I'll include that at the end of the video. I'll show you where to get it from, or I'll just include it in a package. All right, enough babbling, I'll get into the video. Alright, so this is what it looks like after the mod is done, at least on mine. So what I did here was 3D printed a thing here for that, and a template as well, so I can include that in the description or something if somebody wants the template for this. I would suggest getting the bigger one like this instead of the small one like this, because it can take a little bit of time to actually get the sat signal or whatever like that. And then I just added a earphone jack to it, so it's the really thin wire. So it's up to you which ones you guys want to use. In this video, after I'm done, I'll just show you. I'll just cut up this guy here and show you how to do one. I'll do one with you. And I'm not sure if I can unplug this if I melted it on. Yeah. So here's the guy here. I just broke one of my pins here, so I'm gonna have to 3D print this again. I'd probably make it so you can screw it in instead. So anyways, this is all it looks like after it's done. It's like that. And then I'll show you how to open this guy up. See if I can find my marks where I've done it before. So it can be kind of a pain to open up, especially around the corners. Okay, and be careful too when you spread it apart here, because there's little ribbons in it that you might screw up. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, where am I going here with this? All right, some points here. Here's the serial. It's actually marked the TX, RX, ground, and volts, but you just need the 3 usually. This will get you into the firmware if you want to play around with it. I haven't got too much into that yet. And here's the GPS port here. So you might actually get one where it doesn't have this port on it at all, but I'm pretty sure you can still solder maybe, because like I said, they're just going to use the same firmware anyways, and it's already embedded in the firmware to watermark the GPS location if you have GPS. So the layout for it, if you don't have this, or even if you do have it, because I soldered directly on it for my tests. So that's 5 volts. This is RX in the middle, and then on the bottom it's ground. So on the GPS you get, that would be TX on the GPS. So positive, TX, ground. Those are the only 3 wires you need to get the GPS to work. And that's a pretty sad battery. But anyways, I'll continue on. Alright, so I apologize. Usually I like to start fresh with my modules and stuff and my step-by-steps. But I did a lot of projects with all my GPSs here, so I don't have any new ones. So I can't do it right from the beginning. And these guys have headers, so I won't be able to use this. This guy has the shell off because I was doing something else with this GPS. But just ignore it. And yeah, so I'll just show you how to wire this guy up. Okay, so just go to the dollar store, or if you have old earphone jacks, you can just grab one of those. They come with really thin wire. You don't have to strip the coating on it. The soldering pencil will usually take off the coating for you while you're doing it. So I just pre-tin them. So I haven't used this kind of cable yet. On mine, I use the earphone jack cable. So for really short runs, you can probably just use the earphones. For something longer, you might want to get a thicker cable. Right, so just cut your cable. Make sure it's 3-pin as well. So just, yep. See if I can do this without cutting through the wire. Oh, this looks really thin too. I might have cut through the wire. I think I lost a wire in there. I did. I lost a red wire. See how many times I can do this. So that's kind of deceiving, this cable here. I thought it would have thicker wire in it, but it's the same cheap wire that's in the earphone jacks. See if I got my 3 wires this time. Okay, I do. So I'll just cut them the length here. So like I said, you don't, with these kind of wires here, you don't have to strip them. Okay. They're so finicky. You just want to spread them apart, and you're going to want to tin them. I don't have my clamp for some odd reason. Let's just use a battery. There you go, tip. Okay, there's a big blob on there. Right, so you'll want to mark down your codes here too, maybe. So C equals for copper, red equals, and that's a blue one. So we just want to confirm they are what they are. So you put your multimeter on continuity and test it out. So the very first pin here is your positive. So we're going to want to find that one. Okay, so green or blue is our positive. So blue is positive. Okay, so the second one here is red. And right, so the center one here is TX. Okay, so TX. And the first one should be your ground. So the copper one is your ground. So that's the layout for it here. So on this pin here, the first one is positive, TX, and ground. I'm repeating myself a lot. Okay, sorry about the mess on this already. So the ones we're after is VCC, TX, and ground. Usually I would like to stick these through the holes, but I don't have my clamp right now. So we'll just get this paper out so we don't forget what we're doing here. So blue is positive. So blue is your VCC. And focus here. Okay, red is TX. I might need to add more blob there. But this is just a quick example. And the copper one is your ground. So you don't have to worry about these touching because the shield's on it. But I would still suggest putting a very small amount of hot glue after you're done. And then this one's ground. All right. All right, that's it for the mod. That's all you had to do. So I solder it up. Like I said, I can include these guys here, but I haven't finished totally making it yet. This one doesn't even have the pins. It'd be better probably with screws than something like this. But if you use a longer cable too, you can just mount this anywhere. I just wanted this unit on the GPS itself. And you can even try these mini GPSs too. I had it, for some reason this little guy just didn't want to work with it. And it's too bad because this one would have went right inside the unit itself, and this guy could have been just poking out on the top. So it would have been really super clean using a mini GPS. There's no room for the big guy inside it. At least I haven't found any room. Okay, so after you're done, we can just test to see if we have GPS power. The light comes on. On this one here, I might have to pause the video. It's not cloudy today, so I should get a GPS eventually. Put that guy in there like that. So a light might not even come on a GPS until it actually finds the signal. So that's what's happening here. So there's absolutely no light on it. Alright, that took a really long time in the house to get a GPS signal, but that blue light blinking on and off means that it's actually sending, or it actually has enough satellites to triangulate your location. So everything's working pretty good. So it already shut off again. But with this module here, the light never comes on until it actually has a signal. Sometimes it does come on when you plug it in, and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, the red ones here usually have a red light that just blink, or red light that's always on, and once it gets the signal, it'll start blinking on and off. Right, so the software part of it, you're gonna have to download GV Player. I can show a couple of links for it. There's this guy here with their system, and I actually helped them out as well, fixing their issue with their Google Map. At least I fixed it for myself or whatever. So I'll quickly show that as well. So if you want Google Map to work instead of that Bandy or Bandu or whatever it's called, go in here, go into your map folder. If you're gonna get it from me, I'll just include the edit already, but it's not a hard edit. So just right click on this guy and edit it, or whichever way you can, and change the CN, because that's what it used to be, change it to .com, and then Google Map just works, and it's a pretty easy fix. So after that, we'll go back in there. So it's a little glitchy still, but if I open up this guy here, you have to open file. So every time you reopen this program, you have to open up the file again. Otherwise, these are just going to be left in your history for some reason. All right, so what you want to do is go to open file, find your SD card, go to the video folder, and go to either front or rear. The problem with this one is when you push pause, one doesn't stop, and then just play whatever file. Alright, so after the file's open, this is basically what you get here, is GPS location. It's pretty small, and it'll show you over here where you've been and stuff like that as well. Okay, so I think that's it for the video, guys. Hopefully it didn't go too long and I was to the point this time. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, please, and that's it.